microphone. Got some fuzz in my mouth.
Yeah.
But good to know we're okay for now. We've got some special mood lighting set for the day.
Exactly.
It's very exciting. Also,
Hides
Cody
our
is standing in
blemishes.
the doorway, just like looking over us. We don't have any questions coming in yet. The first question should be, where are you guys?
We're
But
live now.
it's not there.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, good.
We figured we were.
Sounds like we are live. Matt has changed his mind and said, yes, we are. So, hey, it is time for the Munzee Podcast. This is Videocast number 6, and we are coming to you live from the Munzee Podcast studio located in downtown McKinney behind the wall at Munzee Marketplace.
Your screen is super bright.
Yeah.
There's our intro music. My screen is super bright, which means that my face is also super bright.
Yes, it is. You have a nice pale complexion to you.
Well, good news. That's normal. So,
Yeah, so
oh,
how's
there we
everybody?
go. I found the right
There we
deal.
go.
There you go.
Mood lighting.
Now we can see
appropriate.
the red face.
So, hey, everybody. Hope that you're doing well out there. Let me remind you before we get started how to ask us a question live on the air. The easiest thing to do is to click on that YouTube video link. If you're coming from Google Plus, you click on that. It takes you to the Plus page or the event page or to YouTube directly. At the top, you'll see your name. You'll see a question mark. You'll see a square that has 9 squares in it. Click on that square. When you click on that square, you'll see the words showcase and Q&A. Scott last week answered this trivia question. Dylan, what does Q&A stand for?
Question and answer?
Oh, ding. Dylan gets plus 5 points. Scott last week, he had to answer that. He got to use 2 words at a time. So
Oh, okay.
he actually did a good job with that. Everything that he said for like the first 5 minutes was 2-word answers.
It was.
And then I
Question,
talked so much
answer.
right that he didn't get to say much more. So good to
But
be
yeah,
live.
so I wasn't here last week.
No, you weren't. It
know.
is December 9th, and last week, December 2nd, Dylan was still stranded somewhere on the side of the highway.
Yeah. My car broke down coming back from Thanksgiving, and as much fun as that was, I'm very happy to be back now. Scott, if you're out there watching, thanks for standing in for me. Never again, though. Never again.
No. Although he did a good job. And we
No,
did have
I
some
was
fun.
really impressed
So,
with him. He did good. So now I'm sure he'll have all sorts of notes for me when I get back. Hey, you should really try and do this, and maybe keep your answers to 2 questions or 2 words,
Yeah.
2 questions. Yeah.
Absolutely. It works out well that way. So, we got some exciting stuff going on. Matt
do.
and Scott worked together to launch the webpage, which actually does push all of our audio directly to iTunes and several other places, so that those of you who have been requesting, hey, where's the audio? Guess what? It's out there
it
now.
is, yeah.
It is. We did listen to you. We've actually been trying to do that for a while now, but
12 weeks later.
12 weeks
Yeah.
later.
Which
Not
is
really.
odd because we've only had 6
Okay.
podcast
Yeah,
video
only
casts.
Videocast number 6.
Well,
We can include the test in there.
That's true. That's
Oh.
true.
there you go.
But no, so you guys have a page directly for the podcast. Obviously, all this stuff will still be on the blog as well. But by having that web page, you can now iTunes will let you post to iTunes.
Yeah, so what
people can
happens-
Download automatically.
If you go to munzeepodcast.com, you will see all of the posts. You will see the videos live as it's happening and the previous videos along with, you can download the audio there. Or if you're an iTunes person, you go to iTunes. It may not propagate for a few days. iTunes has to verify everything. But if you go file, subscribe to podcasts, and then put in munzeepodcast.com/feed/podcast, it will pull them automatically. We will post that on the blog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there we go.
we'll write that down.
All
as
official
well.
information comes
Yes.
via blog.munzee.com. That's an easy one to remember.
It is, but it's all there. So you no longer have to complain at me for not having it up.
They would never do
I'm
that.
sure Will's still complaining.
That's true.
But that's a whole different story.
It's true. So we're sitting here and I'm watching for Q&A and
There are no Q&As.
I know this is the most
Nobody's doing
interesting
it.
thing ever. Do you see that anyone is watching us live? Can you see that?
16 viewers.
Oh wow, 16 viewers. Well, to the 16 viewers out there, it's okay if you ask us questions. Now you've got to do it through the website, like I said at the beginning, and you may have missed it. when you're viewing this live, you've got your name at the top of the feed, then a question mark, which is the help button. Then you see a square that has 9 squares in it. When you click on that one, it gives you 2 options, showcase or Q&A. Q&A stands for question and answer, as not only Scott but Dylan have answered correctly. Congratulations.
Exactly.
So, there we go. Now we do have one, but
How about that?
Will the audio get pushed to Android apps such as Beyond Pod now?
Again, you'll have to go through the same thing. It is an RSS feed. You can find the link. We'll post that again, but it will be pushed to there.
Perfect. Well done, Matt. You're the
There we
man.
go.
And that is always good to know that those who like to listen on audio can do that. That is great, because this weekend I was driving back from Houston and listening to other people's podcasts and wishing that I could listen to myself.
Well, yeah, Scott and I were actually talking about this earlier today. Ironically, for being on a podcast, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
I know there are a lot of good podcasts out there, where a lot of people put a lot of hard work into professionally doing them. But my question always is, wouldn't it be just that much better in video? But then Scott told me that a lot of people like to listen to them on car rides and stuff, and it's obviously more dangerous to watch things. So
Yep.
Made sense to me.
There you have it. That's exactly what
So
it's
I'm going to have
about.
to start finding some 30-second podcasts that I can have for my commute.
That's funny. That's a good point. Yeah, you would have to listen over the course of 7 or 8 days in order to get
Usually I can
normal
get
30-minute ones.
one song on from my 2-block commute,
That's awesome.
and most of that's just looking for a parking spot. So.
Well, Ian's got a question that's
Oh,
actually
awesome.
one of the things that we had on our agenda to talk about, which is
Oh,
convenient.
well, there
It's
you
almost
go.
like we set him up with that ahead of time. Although, honestly, we knew that Ian would be here with us. He's been here, I believe, every single time.
yeah.
So Ian is asking about the presents on the map and how long they'll be available to cap. And so they're actually gifts, not presents. Just kidding. It's all the same thing. We call them gifts just so that we would have a good web page to use for the map.
Exactly.
So that's a joke.
You can
And
go
because
to
that's what the icon is
Yeah,
called.
you can go to munzee.com/presents, and I don't think you'll get very
You'll
much.
get nothing.
But,
you get no presents from
But
us.
if you put gifts, you will most certainly see a map with lots of colorful little boxes around.
That's right. That's with a T on the end. Gift.
Yeah, not GIFs, not
Right.
GIFs.
No, not those things. So so here's the details on the gifts that we have bouncing around on the map. Once again, it's munzee.com/gifts. And if you're listening now and that's the first time that you've heard of it, wow, that's awesome. And guess what? This is another one of those unexpected things.
Well, and the idea was we were going to just push it out to the map, not tell anybody, and, see, how when people start to see them, see that kind of progress. But no, I think we put them out, and then an hour later, all of the information was already out there because you guys are that cool and you knocked it out of the park that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, we were going to wait until Friday to tell you all these details, but
Hey.
again, they're all out there
Here
already.
we are, so we might as well.
Exactly.
We're going to have lots of information on the blog today for you so that you can see that and a couple other things that we're going to talk about now. But the answer to those questions, and actually TJ has asked the same question, which is interesting because he's sitting upstairs and he honestly doesn't
TJ
know.
has the question above that.
Oh, he asked the one above it. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I see. I'm confused how to read these things. So Richard V asked the same question. And here's the details. There are 500 on the map at a time, and that number has no significant meaning other than it was round and I liked it. So we have 500 on the map at one time. They will be in place for 6 hours. At 6 hours, they will bounce to another location in the world if they are not captured. If they are captured in that first 6 hours, then they will bounce to another place in the world. They are a combined total of 25 points. So that is a total between the capper and the owner of the Munzee. So the host gets the points as well. So Dylan, if you cap one, the minimum that you can get is 5. So the maximum that I could get is 20. So if you get 15, then I get 10.
Exactly.
It's one of those easy things. So
we decided to keep it simple this round.
Simple is not always a bad thing.
It is
And
not. It is
sometimes I get a little over creative, and this time no.
We know the holidays are a really busy time for everybody, so we wanted to make it something that you could do for fun, but doesn't have to take up a whole lot of your time from your family and your shopping and your working to finish all your projects before you go to winter break like somebody else here. But yeah, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Be sure to, continue to get out there and capture as many of those as you can. And, maybe we'll throw a couple surprises out there too. Who knows?
Right. Let's click on Richard V's question, specifically the one that says, how long will they be around? Because that is another specific question, and those will be available through the month. So expecting the unexpected is always a good idea. So they will be available all month long, and maybe there's some other things to come at you eventually as well. Who knows?
Who knows?
So yeah. So everybody enjoy the gifts. My favorite type of gift is the unexpected kind. If you're sitting around with your hands out going, hey, who's going to give me a present today? Who's going to give me a gift? Hey, what's up? That's, not in the spirit of things, I don't think.
No, I try it all the time. He rarely ever gives me the presents when I ask for them.
It's true. It's true. As I taught, anyone that asked for a reward sat for a very, very long time. Hey, we were good for the sub. Do we get something? And the other students would very quickly say, don't ask. Oh, no, I can't believe you asked. Don't you know what happens? So sometimes it's ask and receive, and other times it's ask and, oh, no, what did you just do?
Yep.
So
exactly.
We got all kinds of other fun stuff. What else? What else is on the agenda for us today?
Well, so we announced the winner of the photo contest.
We did,
Mr. Photo Luca.
Yes.
We had fun trying to find your real name through the username.
Yes.
It's not Photo Loco or Photo with a PH.
That was fun.
FOTOLUCA. But
yes.
Yeah, he had a awesome picture. It was a great combination of kind of the urban side of Munzee with, roads and signs, but it was in a really, wide plains rural area. So it's a really good combination. It, had the Munzee on there, and we were all really impressed with it. And then obviously we put it out on Facebook for you guys to vote, and that one overwhelmingly took the cake.
Absolutely.
So again, congratulations to him. But in connection to that, why not end a competition with another competition? We are happy to announce that the new year's upon us. It's right around the corner.
It really is.
Shocker. Again, as Rob said, expect the unexpected until the new year, because that was our theme for this year. But next year we want to switch it up a little bit. And Rob, I know he seems like a really smart guy, but he's completely out of ideas. That's a lie. I'm sure he's got like 30 in his head, but
no, that was a good one. That's true.
We decided that we wanted to turn this over to our players to help us decide what the theme of 2015 is going to be. So again, we are excited to see what you guys have to submit there. We have kind of a more formal process. Rob, you were the one that set that up. I'm sure you'd love to go over those details.
Yeah, so here's the details. And this is going live today. Someone asked who's hanging out in the bottom left corner of the screen, so I'm bumping him out. So anyway, the details are fairly simple. We're going to put a link out on the blog today with all the other information. And what people are going to be able to do is enter two very simple things: their username, and they're going to enter their idea, their submission for the theme for 2015.
And again, for those of you who are new to Munzee, this year's theme was expect the unexpected. So kind of a slogan, a phrase.
Keep it brief.
Brief.
It actually says in the submission, it says username, fill in this blank. And then the next one is 2015 theme. And it says, this is where you submit your theme idea, in parentheses, keep it brief. Yeah. Because if your theme is like, well, I'm ready to climb my way to the top because it's 2015 and I'm the best, it's probably a little bit long-winded, and you might not see that. So
yeah,
give us good suggestions. Keep them as brief as possible. We're not looking
brief,
for
be original, be creative. Brown nosing's not going to do anything, so don't say that the new theme is Rob is the best.
I don't know. I may vote for that.
That's why we have checks and balances, so that
that's
our
true.
president doesn't run away with all the power.
Yeah.
But no, we're really excited to see what you guys have to say. Again, the photos you guys submitted were awesome, and I think your themes will be even better. So here's to hoping that you guys send in some good ones, and we'll kind of do something similar. And we'll be voting, or we'll have you guys submit over the next week, and then we'll go to another voting process like we did with the photos, and then we'll announce the winner on the 1st. That's the plan, anyways.
Absolutely. It's I'm excited about this because we get to hear from the people, and
it's a big deal. I mean, think how many times Rob has said expect the unexpected this year.
Sure.
I mean, in the 7 months I've worked here, I think he says it daily, if not, hourly.
It's true.
So this is a big deal. We're going to base how our year goes off of this. So we're putting a lot of faith in you guys, and I know you'll follow through.
Yeah, it's very exciting. So actually what you just said kind of ties in with one of the questions. And imagine this, it's from Ian Grant. And, he said that he's had an amazing year with Munzee, and he's traveled all over Europe, and he's met a lot of great people, and he's climbed to #1. So congrats on that shameless plug for yourself there. But seriously, congratulations to you, because you have done a lot, and that does help the game of Munzee grow. But he asks, just wondering what our personal 2014 Munzee highlights are. So I think that's a pretty good question.
Yeah.
I think you two, just thinking off the top of my head, you've probably had a couple of pretty cool experiences. Matt, you want to?
Well, I do have to congratulate you for traveling all over Europe. It's nice to travel to Munzee, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I know I enjoy it.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, he keeps doing it. So,
but no, I mean, obviously getting to come and work at Munzee and meet a lot of the players. Oktoberfest was probably the highlight.
Stole mine, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it was my first Munzee event. I got a hand in planning it. I got to meet hundreds of players. I got to cap so many socials that I didn't want to cap any more socials, and I'm not even near a badge for it yet.
That is true.
And it's just been a great year, and I'm really looking forward to this upcoming one. Hopefully, I'll have a good theme for us so we can play, and maybe I'll get to travel.
There you go.
Shameless plug for himself there.
For myself, yeah.
To kind of go on what Matt was saying with Oktoberfest, we all worked our butts off for that. I mean, I was here late every night getting everything ready, and to the point where before MHQ Bash even started, I already started to hate it a little bit. So that when you guys did get here and were just awesome, it just made it all worth it. It was so cool to see all the players and see how much they care about this game, and that, all of our hard work really did pay off. So that was definitely a highlight. I gotta say, again, one of my biggest highlights is the charity work we've done. When I first got hired, I was coming in on the back end of the Ronald McDonald virtuals. And so that played a big part in my, just fresh beginning at Munzee. So that when we did the ALS Ice virtuals, I played a part in helping get that to be made. And it was just amazing seeing what you guys could come out and do, and how much you guys could do for charity and for such a good cause. I know all the ice was extremely overwhelming, and that presented all new sorts of technical problems, but the heart of that fundraiser was amazing, and just showed that Munzee has a lot of power to do good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we will continue to do that into 2015.
Boom. Maybe that's the theme. Do it.
Do it. Just do it.
There you
Does anybody
go.
have that one?
No, I don't think that's trademarked at all. So I let you guys go first because I wanted you to remind me of some cool things that happened during the year.
I figured.
2014's been really cool, and my personal highlights obviously include all the travel that I've been able to do, which is
really good masters of media. You can say it, Rob.
No, well, that comes certainly next in the line. Is not only the travel that I get to do, and the events that I get to go to, and the players that I get to meet, but we have grown just insanely here at headquarters, and all of that's due to all those players. All of that's due to the events that I get to travel to and the players that I get to meet and the way that we get to expand the game in places like Florida, where, you know, in January there might have been I don't even know, a couple hundred throughout Merritt Island, and now went to an event last month and I couldn't tell you how many thousands of Munzees were there and 100 people, to show up. So so they grow the game, and then we're able to take that and grow the team. And so we're fortunate to have 9 people on staff here at headquarters working in what we have as upstairs, the Munzee 21st Century Scavenger Hunt headquarters upstairs, and 9 people in offices where January was 3 people.
Well, and again, we can come up with fun ideas, keep the game fresh, do all that, but it all comes down to you guys. You're the ones out there growing the map and, making it so we can continue to hire these people. So, I mean, our fate, our livelihoods, our careers rest in your hands, and that's terrifying, but we trust you guys and you continue to amaze us.
Right. Wow. You just reminded me of things. Yeah, it totally does. So that's pretty awesome. This has been really a great year, and we're certainly not done and wrapping up 2014 with this podcast or any
we got a lot ahead of us.
Guess what? Okay, we're done. We can coast through to 2015
I
now.
thought about doing that for a second, and then I realized that I like my job and that I want to continue to impress everybody.
Right.
So there's no sleep. No sleep till Brooklyn.
Till Brooklyn. I know. I'm thinking the same thing.
The job or because of the sick family?
Well, there's that too. Yeah, I don't sleep anyways because of my sick newborn, so I might as well try and get some work done during it as well.
Absolutely.
So what else do we have going on?
We have so many other things going on that are coming up. One thing that I forgot to mention with the gifts is that you do get a badge.
Oh,
if you capture one of those gifts, you get not only the gift special icon, but you get the badge as well. Someone sort of asked that question
through so many questions now. It's hard to
through the
find.
way. I know, it's very interesting to see. So how about if you can scroll through and find a question about let's see. I don't know if you noticed that one, but
I did see it.
Yeah, there's no big deal to click on that one. We have a question. Where did it go? See, I'm even having a hard time. Yeah, TJ's asking some
blowing
good
up our feed.
He actually asked a couple of things. One of them is this the last podcast of 2014? And I would have to say that no is the answer to that. This is not the last one.
Oh, no.
Because there is a Tuesday next week.
Yeah, I mean, I know we all got emotional and started talking about the year.
Put that off.
Yeah, so we're gonna just repeat all of that for the last podcast.
Right.
But, no, we still have what, 2 or 3 left?
Yeah, TJ's gonna try and claim this chair because, as you guys know, I'm not gonna be here next Tuesday.
Oh yeah,
so that's I think why he's asking. So the one after that, I don't know what we'll do because officially we're going to be out of here for the Christmas break in 2 weeks, and then we'll still be gone the 2 weeks after that. So who knows? Maybe we'll do some sort of a live one from one of our locations.
Well, I don't leave until the 23rd.
Oh well, there you go.
So I'll be here.
We may have Dylan doesn't live far from here. There you go. So we'll see about other podcasts, but we'll definitely be back next week with these two and whoever wins the wrestling match upstairs to get to come down and take my chair. Although we do have Cody in the room right now, he's just tucked away, hidden off camera. So he's gonna. You can barely lean in. There you go.
There he
is. There's at least Cody's hand and maybe part of his face.
Cody wanted to check out what the podcast was about firsthand.
He may regret it now. I'm not sure.
He's been with us for a handful of weeks now, and so learning various pieces of this. We've got another question. Let's see from Mark Uzi. How about that one? Are you going to continue to support Pebble or any other e-watches? It's not a bad question.
No.
Although it's a question that I think we have a vague answer for, and the answer is yes.
If the company's still there, like Pebble still exists, we'll still support it.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's the general answer.
Right.
You're going to see a lot of development with wearables and e-devices in the near future. mostly it's us getting our tech there.
Yeah.
You know, I think Apple just released their watch kit stuff a couple weeks ago. So we've got, you know, people smarter than us three looking at it, figuring out what we can do with that and seeing how we can grow our game with that. But again, Pebble was kind of the first step in that. And I think, you know, we have to appreciate that and continue to develop that and push forward.
Yes. So coming soon is not really the best of answers, but that's
we want
true.
to.
Well, we will continue to work on app updates, which will work better with Fitbit, Pebble as necessary, and we may push a little bit away from that in a trend to work with what will kind of emerge, I guess, is what we'll be watching. Who's gonna land on top of the pile? We know that Apple will, and with most of us being Apple fanboys, you can imagine that when this wrist has a watch on it, it's gonna be an Apple Watch. I just asked my mom if she'd hook me up for Christmas. So she said, "How much is that?" And then I said, "Never mind, I'll get it myself."
Never mind, I'll ask Santa.
Exactly. So we do have a couple other questions and suggestions, and we've got 4 minutes left in order to end this on time at 1:30 and keep that podcast to the good length. Plus, I've got to get out of here.
So a minute a question.
Yeah. So coming up on Friday, there will be an event in Celebration, Florida, and I'll be there. We've got right now just over 50 people that are going to be there. I'm leaving for Florida this afternoon, and we'll be back next Tuesday evening. That's right. Traveling once again. Imagine that.
He lives a harsh life, guys.
I do. It's pretty rough. There are other traveling opportunities coming up that everybody doesn't quite know about yet, but those are for the future, and we'll talk about them. That also does remind me of one more thing about 2014 that I've enjoyed, and this event on Friday kind of wraps that up for me. At least one event every month. That was my goal at the beginning of the year for me to make it out to. I've made it to an event every month, and not all of them involve massive amounts of traveling. Actually, the only one that I didn't have to travel for was here at Oktoberfest.
Oh yeah.
So every other one was a road trip or a flight and then a road trip we did in Butte.
So y'all are just rubbing it in.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Matt. Coming for you maybe in the not so distant future.
Rob's frequent flyer miles are doing good.
Really.
It's a very interesting thing to see. But again, it's all to meet everybody that's out there and continue to grow all of this. We've got some suggestions about event calendars and things like that, and even asking about our Munzee app. And I'm happy to say that the progress is coming along very well, and that we will be updating the event calendar. Yep. However, we don't have a timeline to give everyone other than it's going to be early in 2015. The theme for 2015 could easily be Munzee, and that would work. However, it's going to be a separate app. Exactly. So Munzee being the theme for Munzee is probably not appropriate.
Yes, but
don't submit that one.
That's going to be super exciting once we get that out. I know everybody's been working their butts off to get that ready, and you guys will be the first to know when it's out. So. I'm really excited about that one, but you guys already know that. Yeah, yes, we do.
Everyone else is upstairs working to crank it out and make that happen. We will, like I said, put everything out on the blog. That's blog.munzee.com for all kinds of additional information. You guys have anything else? This won't be my last podcast for the year. We'll do something to get back
we'll
out
figure
there.
it out.
You guys got anything else?
I sure don't.
No, I think we've. I do appreciate the amount of questions we got.
I know
it was amazing to sit here and to have to scroll through and try and make sure that we can answer at least a good portion of the questions. It was really fun, and they lined up with the things that we had to talk about. So that also is very helpful.
You know what we need to do? We need to do like a MTV spring break thing where you just take us all out somewhere really cool for winter break, and we go live from Aspen or something.
That's
cool.
So
yeah, that'll be the next podcast, right?
It's almost like you're reading the cards or something. That's interesting. So it's not going to happen for winter break, but everybody stay tuned. So,
Oh, okay.
there
There
you
you go. News to me.
yeah.
Well,
it is. You're right.
Yeah,
TJ asked one smart mouth question because that's what TJ does.
Yes, he does.
And yes, TJ, there was a concern that it might get sunny in the podcast studio. And I saw that early on and I was like, why did he ask that? It's so weird. I got sunglasses on my head.
You always have sunglasses on your head.
It's true. So anyway, for all of us here at MHQ.
Yep. Thank you guys very much for listening and asking questions, and continue to do so next week and the week after. And hey, it's been a great year so far. Let's end it with a bang.
That's right. Grow the map and see you guys in Florida in a couple of days. Brag.
Bye.
See ya.